Hi friends, how are you? I hope you're having such an amazing week. Today I'm back in my classroom for another activity with you. Before we do the activity, we are first going to read one of my very favorite books. It's called Be Who You Are, and it is written and illustrated by Todd Parr. And Todd Parr is an amazing author of children's books, one of my absolute favorites, so this is a really, really great book. So we're going to read that first. After we do that, we are going to do a rocket ship craft. So let's read our book and then get on to our activity. Okay, this book is called Be Who You Are. It is by Todd Parr. Be who you are. Be who you are. Be old, be young, be a different color. Wear everything you need to be you. Speak your language. Learn in your own way. Be proud of where you're from. Be your own family. Just be who you are. Be silly. Be brave. Dance. Play. Discover. Learn. Read. Share your feelings. Happy, mad, sad, silly, scared, proud. Just be who you are. Try new things. It says eat tacos, pizza, noodles. Be confident. Stand up for yourself. Be energetic. Be peaceful. It says keep calm and do yoga. Be the best that you can be. Just be who you are. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you are from, or who's in your family. Everyone needs to be loved. Always love yourself and be who you are. The end. Love, Todd. The end. Okay, so for our rockets today, here is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a piece of paper. I like to use black because space is dark. Dark blue, any color really will work. I just prefer black. You'll need some scissors, marker, some glue, and then you will need some paper squares. This is construction paper. These are about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches for me. I like to use lots of different colors. And then some extra construction paper, and then you will need some tissue paper or yarn or anything that can kind of dangle. I'll explain what that's for. So you'll want to cut your squares into 1.5 inch, 2 inches, whatever you want kind of pieces. And this is where we can modify the activity based on what your child is currently working on and their age and capabilities. So for the older kiddos, you can then have them write on each individual square themselves and then place them on here. Whereas the little ones, you can write on for them and then help them as they decode how to put the squares on. And also to modify it, I usually do this activity with the numbers 1 through 10. So we'll have 10 squares and each one will have a number, and the kids will have to put them in order from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1, depending on where they start on the paper. You can also do their name. You can write their name out for them, one letter on each square, and then they have to put their name together. Or the older kids, they have to write each letter of their name on each square and then put it in order. You can do it with anything. If you want to try your last name, or anything that that they're currently working on will work. I usually do numbers or names. I'm going to go ahead and do my name today. So I'm going to take mine. I like to do it in, you know, rainbow order because, you know, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. We'll pretend this is purple. So I'm going to do M for Mrs. R, S, A, L, Y. And for the older kids, we can work on when you should be using capitals and when you should be using lowercase letters. Practice writing them. If they need help, you can always trace it with pencil very lightly, and then they can trace over it for the younger ones, or you can just write it out and then they have to try to find, all right, can you tell me where the M is? All right, let's glue the M down. So for this, I'm gonna do it in order. I'm actually gonna start from the bottom because I just find that's easier. I start from the bottom. It's easier if you put the glue on the back of this piece of paper and then glue it down. Some kids like to glue directly on the paper, and that is fine, but sometimes they get a little bit crazy and the glue goes everywhere, so I try to teach them glue it on the back here. L. Sorry, my watch is making noises. Here we go, A-L-Y. And then we've got Mrs. Again, you can do this with letters or numbers. I usually do it with numbers 1 through 10 and have them either write them out and then put them together, or I give them a big bundle and they have to separate them and find out the order themselves, which is fun. Okay, so I've got my name. It's all glued down. Mrs. Allie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to do rainbow. Don't have to do this. They can be all one color because this is going to be a rocket ship, so it can be any style that you want. It just, each individual square should be placed on top of each other to give that, so they're lined up. So now I'm gonna take, I think I wanna do a green top. So I'm gonna take one of my squares and I'm going to turn it into a triangle by cutting a line right through there. And this is gonna be the top of my rocket. Very, very top. There we go. And then I'm gonna take another square and cut it in half. And these are gonna be the little fins at the bottom of the rocket. You'll see what I mean right here. So I cut them apart like this, and then I'm gonna turn them like this and glue them down here for the bottom of my rocket. There's one, there's two. All right, so now my rocket has been completed, and when it shoots off into the space, what happens down here? We get some fire that comes out. So that's where my tissue paper comes in. If you don't have tissue paper, you can rip up some more construction paper, use yarn, string, ribbon, whatever you got. It's just the fun part with it being able to dangle down. I had these already torn and left over, I think, from a Valentine's party or Valentine's activity that we did. So I'm just going to use red. I think red, orange, yellow, those ones that kind of give the fire look would be really fun. This one's a little bit big, so I'm gonna practice my ripping and tearing skills and make this a little bit smaller. That is a really awesome skill for little ones, is to practice tearing things. So I highly recommend, if you're ever in a situation where it warrants for them to tear, let them at it, let them practice, because it is a hard skill. It's not one that's easy. They have to practice just like everything else. So I'm gonna actually flip mine over. There's the middle right there. And tissue paper is really hard to put glue right on, so I'm actually gonna do the opposite of what I said before. Put it right there. And I like to glue it on the back so it doesn't cover the other work that I'm doing. I'm gonna do a few of them, because why not, right? There we go. Under. And then, when I have it up, I've got my fire coming out of my rocket ship. And then I also like to write on the side, because this is my rocket ship, I write blast off. Woohoo! Blast off. And then if you still want to keep going, this is a great time for you to decorate the sky if you want to. And part of the reason I love doing it on the black paper is you can see the white crayon worked really well for drawing on here. So you can get some bright yellow crayons and some bright white crayons, and you can start doing some decorations around if you want. I'm doing little stars in the sky. If you want to say your rocket is going to the moon, you can add a moon up here. It's heading towards there. And you've got your spaceship. And if you did numbers, then you can count together and say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And you can use this to have your kiddos repeat the letters in their name too. And I love to put these up on the wall as part of our space unit. So I would love to see how your rocket turned out and how you did a variation on your own. All right, I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.